During year 5 of the ALGS, Team Falcons assembled the Super Team, built around 3 former champions and arguably the 3 greatest players of all time. But after 6 months of competing, 2-time LAN champion Jen Burton was dropped. He was quickly picked up by 100 Thieves, one of the most historic organizations in all of Apex, and in year 5, they were determined to build a championship contender around him. Following the Falcons formula, they picked up 2 former champions in Verhulst, formerly of the TSM Dynasty, and Phony, who lifted the very trophy that saw the original Super Team fall. Throughout the entirety of year 5, Thieves were competitive, but they never accomplished the ultimate goal. It was expected that it was only going to be a matter of time until they would win, but by the end of year 6's opening Pro League split, Thieves had missed out on LAN entirely.
This shit inexcusable, dude. Like, they are just always against themselves. Like, it is nuts, man. They're always just against themselves. It feels like, bro, sometimes Evan's not locked in. It feels like Phony's emotional.
90% of the coaches in Apex just don't do jack shit. They just like steal paychecks.
For me personally, I think I played pretty bad. I was definitely part of the problem. Maybe my worst performance in Pro League. Washed? Probably.
The whole tourney, or like the whole finals, we played like absolutely scared, so...
But me and Jen were not even closer. He's holding Sheila.
Literally wouldn't have mattered as I repeat. Tony, it wouldn't have mattered.
It didn't matter, but all of a sudden my teammate's just randomly dead and he overpeaked, so it just didn't matter.
I mean, you guys can try and chalk it up and just say like the entire fault, or the entire day is like my fault, but like, you guys aren't going to take any accountability for any of these games. Nothing's like ever going to change.
No, I can get that, but it's like I said, at this point, it's whatever. We argue.
I understand with whatever, but wake the f*** up!
100 Thieves issues began before this split even started. Jen Burton, the player this roster was built around, is Australian, and this means that he has to move overseas to North America in order to compete in the Americas Pro League, meaning that he's going to have to apply for a work visa. But unfortunately for Jen, there seemed to be some complications.
So when you're applying for a work visa, it ends at the end of your contract. And my contract is 1 year. Near the end of your visa, which is your contract, you can renew your visa. And my lawyers or my organization has to apply for that renewal. Our contract's ending, so the boys weren't happy with the 100 Thieves offer they gave us for next year's contract. They were not happy with the offer. I was okay, I was ready to sign, basically, I don't really care. But the boys weren't really happy, so we were seeking offers. My contract was running out, so once your contract runs out, then the whole process of getting the visa, it's not a renewal at that point, it's completely like getting a new visa. That takes about 2 months. If we signed earlier, if the boys signed earlier, as a team, not just me, as a team, I would have been in America right now and I would have been playing Pro League.
Because of this, he missed the first 2 Pro League days. For the third, they had former pro Stunny fill in, and credit to Stunny because he came in and played the anchor role they gave him, and honestly, compared to the rest of their split after Jen Burton's return, the results did not change, showing that by no means was he holding this team back. That said, Jen Burton is a game-changing player, and so if he had played these first 2 days, it's pretty reasonable to assume that maybe they could have done slightly better, and any improvement would have qualified them for LAN. But had they actually qualified, the real problems would have still been present, and so let's begin with problem number 1. This team, especially towards the end of the split, started to lack all sorts of chemistry and cohesion. In almost every fight, somebody is on a completely different page than the rest of the team. Let's start by taking a look at a moment from day 8. Thieves are tunneling quite a bit here on a fight on the outer edge of the ring at this building outside of Cascade Falls.
Back down 100.
Nice, look it up.
Close guy. On the roof.
Yep. I can queue up on under.
He's gonna get shot in the side.
Queue under.
On the side. Can we zero?
Queue up.
Yeah, zero.
Yeah, good.
Right side, low ground. Kill this guy. Queue on the right.
Saw ya.
Down 2.
Get him.
Back down. Dead. Chill. I'm zero. Just wait. Yeah. What's happening again?
Get window.
Go window.
Yeah, with you. Check you. Let's go. Queue in.
Going.
Side.
On door.
100. I'm selling.
Second him.
What's going? Great.
Place up.
Guys.
Batting. Playing so. Batting. Good first. Batting. Wait, I have scan. Wait. I have scan.
You're good. I'm playing slow.
Scanning them now. Good swing.
Knock off team, I slide on us.
What's the one? What's the one?
I'm gonna split.
Outside. There.
On the other side, on us, different team. Chill.
The problem now is that a third party has arrived and is playing on their roof. From here, Phony calls that they need to no longer focus the duo inside, instead focus the outside team.
Okay, we need to look for the team on the outside.
Okay, I'm ready to swing. They're near me.
Show. Okay. Just play slow. We don't have to look for them. We just have to make sure they don't swing us.
I'm healing.
On the roof.
Play slow. We don't have to look for them. We just have to make sure they don't swing us.
I'm healing.
Hustle cracked the roof. I have no light. I got killed.
Okay, bro. Okay.
Am I trying 8?
It's a small moment, but Verhulst over-aggresses as Phony is clarifying his comm, leading to him going down for free. Let's take a look at another example from the very next game. The zone is going to be ending a devastated coast. Phony has managed to get a Kraber and kills one of Dino's at the southwestern buildings and wants to get the squad wipe.
Can we kill this?
Yeah, they're coming.
It's a Magno on low ground. I don't know who that is.
I have a TV set up.
Yep.
Shoot him.
One inside. One guy on your right.
Show. Yeah, one guy.
I'm selling.
I scanned one.
Maybe him. There, he's cracked.
Hey, can we swing right maybe, Jen?
Swing right.
What is your alter? Different team. You can TV. You rest me.
See your 170, one shot.
You can TV and rest me.
Taking it.
Two problems arise in this incoming fight. First off, Jen Burton as Seer does not identify or comm at any moment that there are two teams present. Team Liquid is just to the right of them on the stairs. This comm alone prevents everything that's about to happen after. Phony, not knowing that there is two teams, then solo TPs into the building despite his two teammates discussing pushing to the right. And notably, he does this without calming the play whatsoever.
Maybe him. He's cracked.
Hey, can we swing right maybe, Jen?
Swing right.
What is your alter?
And so as a final example, let's look at the very next game on E-District. Thieves are holding a building on the south side of Energy Bank within E-District. Team Vision decides that they want to push this building and fight Thieves, with Carter opening things up by portaling onto their bottom floor.
Yeah, their building is insane.
They're portaling. Towards us.
I kidnap. Inside.
Bottom floor.
Yep.
Look at this.
Peeking. You channel maybe?
I'm nading.
Shoot him.
I'm nading.
Careful. They're shooting the...
He's on the side.
Batting.
They broke out there.
Yeah, nades, lot of nades.
Good.
Trying to fight us.
I gotta play on you. Good. I'm on. I'm getting fucking nade spam.
I keep stuck.
Yep.
You're good. Resetting.
Maggie ball me.
I'm Maggie Ball one.
I'm on the bat.
No. Give me.
That one, cut that.
Maggie died. Barricade second. How much from the balcony? One left. 1v1. He's on bottom.
And eventually, despite a reset, Team Nemesis comes in for the third party.
Close.
Dead.
Cut them.
I'm chilling. Make it.
What are you, Jen?
Maggie balling. Watch you.
One upstairs.
Nice.
What?
Yeah, we just need to sit. Evan, bro. We need to sit third and just like stay away from the second floor, like completely. I stalled for the second floor, so we just need to play third. I'm literally like Maggie drilling it on repeat.
Yeah,
I was just trying to keep the stuff barricade on the second floor.
No, I don't care about the barricade and like on the side. I'm not gonna lie to you. The Watson team's gonna shoot them if they try to climb up the side. They can only peek from staircase and down. Literally, that's it.
Did you guys not like call me to come up? I didn't realize I'm like solo on the second floor.
Each of these games shows very small moments where Thieves are just lacking in micro comms. Each of them show different scenarios where similar problems are happening. Game 1, Verhulst over-aggresses despite Phony clarifying that they need to play passive when Thieves are in a very difficult position. Game 2 sees Jen missing a very crucial comm, and now Phony is the one over-aggressing, and he's doing it without calming despite Thieves being in a position of strength and pushing for the game-winning spot. And Game 3 shows that in a defensive situation, Verhulst is focused on something that his teammates believe was pretty irrelevant, and yet nobody calmed that the third floor was the safest position. And these games are all happening back to back to back. Routinely, things are not being calmed at all, or comms are being ignored. And the result of all of this is a bit of a buildup of animosity towards each other, because this wasn't just happening in Pro League days. Here's an isolated fight against JD Gaming in scrims.
You can. I'm playing high. I'm just playing high. Play slow.
I can wall there.
They're gonna try to triple swing on you. You can, yeah.
They're
You're gonna leave Jen by yourself.
I'm going to balcony now.
They're flying out. They're TPing out. On roof. I'm by myself, Evan. I need help.
What's the top bottom?
One's on the roof. I need help, bro.
What's on bottom?
Crap. Holy fuck. Dude, if you're going to wall on me like you said, bro.
Beginning ring countdown.
There's also this moment where Phony's the one who overextends and gets pinched.
Hold on, right?
My back.
Batting? We're good, we're good. I'm not walking up.
You guys.
They're trying to swing us. Look at this.
I want to cancel you.
Batting. Can look?
Right on the right by yourself. Right on the right by yourself. Play the Wraith. Seer's on my left. And one mid. Play to the right.
Yeah, right on me, right on me.
Up the fucking hill, man.
Wait, 70. Wait, chill me.
Swinging up.
Batting.
Get back up.
Breaking out. Work it. You're good.
Nice.
Swing at me. I need help.
Yep.
They're both cracked on me. You guys wrap, right? The Wraith's still there?
Right side.
Yeah, just kill the Wraith. Oh, he just broke that.
I'm killing him.
Ulted. Get over.
Don't pull it.
Give it back. Kill. Dead.
Can you not cue it back to us? At all?
I literally am saying I'm fucking Wraith portaling out. Why are we just not playing on the fucking portal?
I know, but don't you have a cue to come back to us, man?
He
Wow,
seer
zero.
queued me. Fuckhead, he's a
Like, way
seer.
before. Yeah, way before.
I was breaking the fucking seer ults for you guys, and then he seer queued me after I broke the ult.
Bro, Evan's healing for like 10 kilometers fucking, like for like 10 years, bro.
Yeah, I called for him to come back too. Could have just backed out of the serial for sure.
Or this moment where Verhulst tries to make a hero play.
Sully?
From high, maybe?
I think we Valko if we can. I don't have it actually. We have to end.
Make it from high, guys.
I got shield up.
All one. I'm dead. Dude, they're so low. Wow. They're on my roof. One on roof, two on roof. Oh my god, just insta kill me.
Crack the Valk.
Oh, I can't believe I died right there, man.
Swing together, bro. Hey.
Dude, I had a great angle. I just overpeaked. I literally just trolled. That's all it was. I just overpeaked it. I didn't say an angle.
No, I get the angle, but it's still better that we all peek together if we're gonna do it. Like, regardless. The angle's fine. But me and Jen were not even close to it. He's holding Sheila.
Nah, it literally wouldn't have mattered. I just overpeaked. I'm telling you, it wouldn't have mattered.
Okay.
All one. I'm dead. Dude, they're so low. Wow. From high, maybe?
Peeking from high, maybe, and I'm talking about Valko. I'm looking at my med count. I'm medding still, resetting. I'm peeking from high, guys, as he's doing it. I over-peaked.
Wow.
That's the calm I get, and said it wouldn't have mattered. That's what I fucking heard, word for word. It doesn't fucking matter. All right, and I just guess we just won't do shit. I mean, we'll just do shit all on our own at this point. You swing high, I swing bottom. I won't comment. I'll just fucking do it. I'll comment as soon as I do it.
You get the point. The team is not on the same page. So much so that the 100 Thieves esports manager decides to step in and attempt to call out the situation and hopefully remedy it heading into the regional finals.
Nihil, can we talk about the team fighting that we're talking about?
What we were just messaging about? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Seems like our team fighting has been a little discombobulated, which is probably why, partially why we're probably in this current situation with qualifying. But Nihil and I were conversing about it as well, and I think we take a lot of ones together. This happens a lot in like Valorant as well, where we're not playing as a collective team. I think you guys overextend a little bit and don't play together and leave each other in the dust, and then you guys are just stuck on 1v1s. I don't know how you guys feel about it, which is why we're kind of bringing it up. But when we have those situations, we got to play much more cohesively. We can't just be swinging out on our own, this, that, and the other. I know there's a time and a place for it, but I just wanted to bring it up and see what you guys thought.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of moments where we could be swinging stuff together, or just like call swings.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to like, obviously, you know, entirely know what the other team's going to do or this, that, or the other. But I feel like a lot of times you guys are kind of just doing your own thing.
Unfortunately, though, it did not solve things, and in my opinion, it was in large part due to one specific reason. This topic has been hotly debated. Pros and coaches have given their thoughts.
It's basically 3 refighting players on a team, literally. No, that's literally what it is. If you wanted to build a team and you looked at every player's roles, you would never, no offense to whoever built this roster, you would never pick these 3 players, all 3 of these players together, because they just literally fulfill the same role.
Sometimes when you put 3 stars in the same team, it's, you know, regardless of the roles that they play, sometimes they just don't work out.
In classic Thieves fashion, the team themselves, though, are not on the same page regarding this either.
Role issue, but I don't really think it was a role issue. I think we were just playing bad individually, for the most part.
Like, I don't think you guys understand how difficult it was to play when like our roles are just all over the place.
Before we talk about the roles on Thieves, let's first do a quick history lesson. There are 3 main roles in Apex. The Fragger, whose job it is to take space and create openings, the Refrag, whose job it is to capitalize on these openings, and then the Anchor, who holds your back and will point out threats. There is also the IGL role that can fit on any 3 of these roles, but most often will play Fragger or Refrag because it's kind of difficult to IGL your teammates who are advancing way ahead of you when you're just sitting there staring at the back. Now let's start with Verhulst, most notably known for his time on the TSM Dynasty, where he played alongside the greatest fragger of all time, Imperial Hal, and an all-time great Anchor in reps. This means that Verhulst, for most of his time on the TSM Dynasty, was a refragger. Next, for Jen Burton, we have a very similar situation. On the Dark Zero Dynasty, he played alongside Zero, another all-time great fragger, and Sharky, another all-time great Anchor. Once Sharky left and Zainu joined, Zero would still be the fragger, but Zainu moved up into the refrag role, having Jen Burton anchor. Then for Phony, he has essentially always played fragger or refrag throughout the notable parts of his career on FaZe or Space Station Gaming. But the land that he was able to win with Zainu and Koifel, he was playing Crypto, which did force him into an anchor role, but the sacrifice was worth it due to the near perfect information that Crypto provides and the sheer firepower that his duo had. Do you see the problem presented immediately? There is a wealth of refrag and anchor experience on all 3 of these players, with each of them having played those 2 roles at some point. What there isn't is a lot of fragging experience.
Thing that I kept saying during the LAN was, if they don't win this one, I think the change they need is an out-and-out fragger.
Now, when this team initially formed, Newcastle was hard meta, so Verhulst was the designated Newcastle player for the first few games until he would get banned, and then they would switch into Verhulst being the fragger, Phony playing the refrag, and Jen Burton anchoring. This resulted in an 8th place finish in Split 1 Pro League, a 4th place finish at the ALGS Open, a 7th place finish at the midseason playoffs, and then a 6th place finish in Split 2 Pro League. They were consistently challenging to win, but considering the expectation of this team was that they were going to have already won, it was a bit of a disappointment that they hadn't truly placed their stamp on any one event. And so heading into Champs, Thieves decided it was time to experiment with a change in the weeks of scrims leading up.
Which everyone said I should have been on a fragger roll, but like I was on a fragger roll leading at the Champs, and we were doing like pretty dang bad with me like fragging. So we put me on anchor for Champs.
People are saying on the internet that my teammates, especially Evan, has not played refrag or fragger. I don't know if you guys have dementia. He was fragging / refragging at open LAN, and at EWC he was on refrag. We have tried literally all the possible options. I played two anchor roles at open LAN, EWC, and then at Champs they put me on fragger / refrag.
Everyone wasn't really fragging. It was just like too passive, no individual gameplay, so we decided to swap Jen like last minute at Champs.
So Verhulst was apparently a bit too passive as a fragger, and now mind you, this is not the first time that we have heard this descriptor used for him as a player.
TSM has 2 anchor players, 2 of them, and there's some idiots out there that are like, Evan's an aggressive fragger. Do those people open up their eyeballs? No, he's not. He's literally like, his natural tendency when he plays a game is to play like a supportive anchor role. He's not the type of person to play aggressive to get the opening to close the gap. He's not like that.
Now, to be fair to Verhulst, he was not playing poorly. Statistically, he was right in line with his teammates, but typically you'd expect your fragger to be putting up much better numbers than the rest of the team. And I will add the caveat that he was also having to play Newcastle, which is a much more defensive character. And so sometimes his role was not always concrete, which can result in the stats. And so like I said, he was not playing poorly. It's just that Thieves believed that a certain X factor was missing that a more aggressive fragger would have. And so heading into Champs, the idea was that Jen Burton was now going to be fragging alongside Phony. The early points in group stage were a bit rough, but Thieves eventually did bounce back through the rest of the tournament, eventually finishing 6th overall in the finals, which was just more of the same from what they had all of the previous year. And Jen Burton himself was not necessarily fulfilling the fragger duties to their fullest either.
Like, yeah, Jen can frag, but that doesn't mean he's a fragger. Like, he's not good in that role. Like, believe it or not, his best role is literally anchor. Like, but he doesn't like excel in the role of a fragger because he doesn't do everything a fragger should do. and doesn't control the pacing well a lot of the times and just like over-aggresses or overextends and doesn't play around the team. The fragger's job isn't just to get a kill and just die. That's not their job.
When we isolate both Jen and Verhulst's stats from their entire time spent as teammates, specifically when they played Mad Maggie, Ballistic, Alter, or Bangalore, the main fragger characters that were in their pool, Verhulst is slightly better on a per-game basis. But this becomes incredibly problematic when we look at the inverse comparison. Verhulst, having swapped to the anchor role during Champs and split one of year 6, statistically took a massive step backwards. When isolating LAN or Pro League performances, 2 of Verhulst's 3 worst performances ever came during his time playing as anchor for Crazy Thieves. The only performance worse, when he played Caustic for TSM during the Bang Bloodhound Caustic meta, where you guessed it, Verhulst was the anchor player. In Thieves' search for an X Factor, they created a much larger problem. But these role issues didn't just affect Jen and Verhulst. Phony was also struggling throughout the split, but most notably in something that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. To see what I mean, do you remember those 3 games in a row that we looked at earlier on game day number 8? Well, here is the final game of that day. Thieves are on the top bridge at Neon Square. When Thieves first arrive at the bridge, Phony has called out the direct threat to them, being a team fighting for the stairs.
Worst comes to worst, we have to fight a Seer team that like portals onto us and portals to the staircase. We need to be wary of that.
Yeah.
Throughout the game, Phony consistently reminds Verhulst to watch the staircase.
Evan, carry the staircase.
Yep.
Evan, you need to play you need to watch for that staircase.
Yep. Just watching staircase.
And yet when they die, it comes from someone walking up that very staircase.
I have 40 light here.
Behind Evan, zipline, man.
Okay.
Bro.
Cracked.
Can you rest?
Yes.
Dead.
Oh my god, good job to watch the.
Yeah, I was watching the high team. Make sure the high team didn't swing you, bro. That's a team right outside of your wall.
The full scenario is that upon zone close, Phony wants to get KP below them.
Full team under here.
Can I portal and look for that? Or can we just look for that or no?
They're like in this corner, no? They have a gen.
Yeah, we can look for it underneath though, and Evan holds here.
Yeah.
He calls for himself and Jen to look over at it while asking Verhulst to watch the other side of the wall as there was a team there. Verhulst does a great job initially almost getting a knock, while on the other side, Phony and Jen manage to get 2 knocks themselves.
Team is stuck in this corner. They're at blue armor.
Give me one.
Give it that.
But then this is where everything goes wrong. Source Gaming, who they had been shooting at earlier in the game, walks up on the staircase, Wraith portals up behind them, and is able to kill Jen Burton for free, and then follow it up by knocking Verhulst. In terms of what actually goes wrong with the play here, first off, Phony is definitely tunnel visioning. He's focused on players that are not direct threats to their position as of right now. These guys are easy KP, but you need to definitely focus on the team that is the most direct threat, being the squad on the top already. When Verhulst dies, he complains that he isn't able to effectively watch the team in front and prevent them from swinging his teammates, while also simultaneously watching the back.
Oh my god, good job to watch the.
Yeah, I was watching the high team. Make sure the high team didn't swing you, bro. That's a team right outside of your wall.
He's holding that.
I can't watch both of those at the same time.
There are a few key things that a better anchor player would have done. First off, notice the lack of fences. There's only one single fence holding their back on that staircase, and he set up fences when he initially got to the bridge spot, but since then he has not updated them whatsoever. Once they conceded all of the space behind them and moved up further on the bridge, he needed to set up a web of fences defending that very staircase. Second off, Verhulst also hears the Wraith slide jump behind him.
You get the fin.
Try to.
He does not call this out, even though he directly turns around and looks, and this is a moment where an anchor player has to call out this exact threat.
We literally hear them walking up the staircase. You look at it, but you don't say nothing, right? It's just a matter of, I think someone's behind me or walking up. You literally look at it, but just don't say anything.
And of course, you guessed it, the immediate talking point afterwards is that there was a lack of communication and cohesion amongst the team.
As an anchor's job, you could be like, should I still prio staircase? Or should I still look for staircase? Like, what's our next move, Phony? Simple questions like that could easily solve everything.
Yeah, I agree. And you also could have prompted it as well. You did the same for you.
Yeah, no, I get that. No.
We all could have said something there.
No, I get that, but like, I'm saying it as in like, we didn't have that communication at all.
The anchor thing became a recurring conversation throughout the split. This was not the only problematic moment, it was the result of many. Sometimes it was actually Verhulst's fault, such as this specific moment in scrims.
I'm trying to peek him.
Guys in the bridge are in the open here on the bridge.
I'm trying to look for kills.
They're leaving. 58 flash
Come to
someone?
finish?
I'm good.
No, come to you.
Can't get anything out of this. I just died.
Yeah, they're gonna
Pull me, Evan. Somebody has to watch for me on that. I literally...
Well, I'm just watching our back, bro. I can't watch that at the same time. It's not like they like.
I need to call it.
I mean, it's not like they walked out. They just triple peeked the doorway.
Yeah, but listen, I know that. But if they triple peek the doorway and shoot me, it's because nobody's watching it. I literally said I'm looking for kills. Somebody just watched the door for me.
But others were not his fault at all, and yet he was still being blamed.
I think we should play aggressive on them early.
Yeah, you should. I can anchor her back. Let me know if you want me. I'm holding her back.
There's a
Look, give me on you.
Back up. I'm dead.
Yeah, walling back. Right to you.
Fuck, man.
I'm not gonna lie, Evan. I thought you were gonna like stall on the Newcastle, like you were gonna anchor like you said you would. That's why I like kept flying back to it.
Yeah, I was just like a couple feet in front of it.
10-point game, still good.
I felt like that game was definitely resettable though. You know?
And so if we head back to our E-District game, you can see that there is a lot of built-up frustration in this moment. Verhulst feels like he's being blamed for match days repeatedly and feels as though his teammates are not taking accountability for their mistakes.
I mean, our entire post-game discussion has literally been just about me having done my job better and nothing to do with Jen having died 2 times in that Storm Point game on the building. Nothing with you dying in that Dev Coast game, peeking by yourself in the building.
Meanwhile, for Phony, he feels as though he has to constantly micro his teammates. He can't fulfill the Fragger and IGL role if he's always having to tell Verhulst how to play the game.
We're literally making Apex harder for ourselves, and I'm making it harder for myself to IGL because I'm so worried about managing threats that I shouldn't even be having to manage. I can't play space control or do aggressive plays because I'm so worried about a team swinging on our back.
But this is where I think Phony was affected a lot by the role issues as well. With no true fragger, this thrust Phony into a much more aggressive role, especially when Thieves were playing much more defensive compositions. Having to both frontline as the fragger while also IGLing, I think showed that he wasn't able to do both effectively.
If you guys did watch the regional finals, the whole tourney, or like the whole finals, we played like absolute scared. So yeah, that's about it really. Just felt like we didn't want to call, like at all. We had literally 0 kills going into game 4. That's like going into game 5, didn't we? Yeah, for 4 games straight, we had literally 0 kills. And one of the games we came 3rd, and we still had 0 kills. So it's kind of bad. Pretty bad. Like, you would expect from like our team that we would, you know, that we can get a bunch of kills and all that. That really wasn't the case at all.
The biggest reason, Thieves were incredibly passive. On average, it took them 14 minutes to get their first kill every single game. This was the 3rd slowest time in the entire region. They were also largely inefficient with their damage, dealing over 100,000 damage across the split, which is a strong number, placing them inside the top 8 of that category, and yet their damage per kill was over 900, being bottom in the region in terms of efficiency. I think Phony was not able to effectively balance trying to look for KP while also trying to look to play the best position possible. So you can see that not having a natural fragger on the roster has caused everything to crumble. The fall of Thieves is one that was bound to happen eventually, and yet their time together does show how good each of these 3 players can be. They had some pretty clear and obvious flaws, and yet they managed one of the most consistent seasons in terms of placement that we have ever seen. As for the aftermath, it seems like Phony and Jen are most likely going to be sticking together because Verhulst himself has announced that he's going to be stepping away from the game.
I mean, I've been kind of wanting to take a break from Apex for a long time, but I just haven't because I've been making like really good money. And having missed a LAN, I was like okay, probably the best time to take a break.
And so ultimately, despite their legacies and resumes, Crazy Thieves will go down as the failed super team. A lesson that fit and chemistry matter more than on-paper talent every single time.